Yeah, so as we say good night, this is the Coaching Edge. We're there with you next Wednesday. Brian there with me, and Manique there with me. Yes, you know, so Manique I gonna last longer than Brian. Yes, Manique I gonna stay with you till 2 o'clock. Brian I gonna stay till 11 o'clock. But we're there with you. But so much things are going on at Jamaica. I don't even know which part to start. But you know, so we're not start, you know, kind of start. We're not gonna play no music. But you know, I don't know much people here now, but remember in a New York where some police did hold on a big heavy duty man and hold him and choke him. Well, apparently them choke him to death. And now them leg of the policeman. Again. Them leg of the policeman. I don't know what them want black people to do. But I don't know what black people is going to do. Because everywhere is the same thing. The so-called law officers seem to be getting away with criminal activities. Not only in America, but in Jamaica too. I mean, when you look at how much killing where police go on with in Jamaica, in America, and you are, if you hold up your finger, you can, if you hold up your one hand, you can count on your finger them how much police ever get really. It come like them immune to prison, man. Because the day when the politician them did a ball out, and a politician, when the big policeman them a ball out, say police shouldn't go in at the same prison or same cell with the other criminal them. You know why them say that though? Because them afraid say them go buck up all the criminal in the way and them put them in there. They put criminal beat out them blouse and skirt, the other time. So him did say that, but it's amazing. It's amazing that a two similar thing, you know. Cause me I watch this thing with this policeman I hold on. The policeman them, not even policeman. The policeman them I hold on his brother, you know. And him take him knee. It's a hole where them hole, you know, where if you squeeze certain part of your neck, you're supposed to just like out cold. But apparently the brother did have asthma. And the brother ball out, you know, because you see them and say it on the TV, you know, say him have asthma and him has squeeze me. And them just kill the brother. Well, at the same way, the policeman did shoot the brother upon the ground out there down at Centania, you know. The policeman shoot the brother and the whole world see it. By YouTube, the whole world see it, you know. And them say the video was not admissible in the court because the person who make it, them don't know who make it, them never come forward. So the policeman get away. Now, me not understand them something they still, you know. Me not understand them thing they, I mean, people can tell you, say, boy, a man can do things with tape and do things with tape, but experts can show you that tape was not tampered with. If you really want to find out about the tape, you have experts who can tell you, say, tape was not tampered with. And that the tape we see on the YouTube there, with the policeman shoot the man on the ground there, it was not tampered with. And now we see now in a New York now where them hold on the man and squeeze him to death. And them policeman get away. A couple weeks ago, a little youth I run up and down in a park and play with a little toy gun. And a mac. And them just, the policeman them just drive up right beside him and just fire shot him and kill him. 12-year-old. 12-year-old. So me don't know where we are going in the earlier now. Me don't know where we are going that the authorities seem to be using their authority to oppress and suppress and repress the people them. And that really are going. So who is for justice? Who is for justice? Because no justice now go on. And it's so them angle the people them on the TV don't have Tivoli. So them big lawyers who know protocols of courthouse. These common people don't understand nothing about protocol. All them do. Most of them people them not come there for come talk about not do sign out. Them just want to hear how them money I go for them compensation for them place for police burn down. and kill down and all them with it. Them don't want to hear nothing more. Them want to find out what am I going to get for my house that in the match down. Them did they ask the people them question about this, that. The people them not interested in that. The people them don't interested in that. The people them want to find out how them compensation are go for the place to mash up. So all them go on with them little go around the corner. People them don't have no lawyer to talk for them. Lawyer a question witness and witness not have no lawyer. Them thing there, me don't understand them something there. A pure confrontation, I think I'll go on at the courthouse there, you know. Yeah, man, a pure confrontation I go on because you have some people them no care. All them want to find out to tell me something. The house will burn down. How much money not give me for my house? Some of them not ever talk about them pick the way get killed. What the people there? Them not talk about the pick the way kill them and say, what you man? Put aside the pick the way kill, man. When the burn down, the house go want some money to start my life again. You can't get another pick, but maybe you can't get another house. Maybe have to never check it. But really and truly, them are angry people, them some weird way, though. Yeah, man, them are angry people, them some real weird way. Considering the people, them not have no lawyer represent them in the court. And them are use them little law ways for circumvent the people, them. And through the people, them, hey, little more you go here to no police, never go down at Tivoli, you know. You think a joke. Little more you go here said, no police was down Tivoli, the people them shoot up the place and kill them one another. Well, I said tomorrow we're going to name out every one of them youth were dead. Down at Tivoli Garden. We're going to get the name of every one of them youth that were dead in a Tivoli Garden and name it out. Click it. Yeah, we're there, you know, we're there discuss about this thing upon in the court, you know, and I said the sweetest woman in that court is the woman when the liar woman asks her, so tell me something, ma'am. You know Christopher Coke? She said, no. She said, you have never heard about Dudus? No. Have you ever heard of presidential clique? No. Look at now. Me no come to answer them questions. I be come to find out how much you going to give me if you buy place so don't match up. No, the sweetest thing that I know said none of them people there, them not interested in that nothing right now, you know. All them want to find out is look at now. My shop did mash up, my place it burn up down there, so my bureau, my color TV, my 52-inch TV, when Dodos give me, when I mash it up, me want to find out how much money when I give me. Dodos done gone a prison already and then lock up the president already. So nobody come question me about nothing else. Me just want to find out how much you going to compensate me for the damage what you do down there. That's all them want to find out. So all them whole heap go around the corner with the people them. It don't mean nothing. Nothing. Because eventually you're going to hear say, you're going to hear some things where you wonder how them people that come to them conclusion and the people them who experience the things them don't know about what them are talking about. Because when you experience something and a man who don't experience it, that come tell you something to twist you up, you know, and twine you up because you feel say you have more education than him. It get you vexed. And not ignorant like a man who illiterate in a certain way, you know. Where him knows him right, you know. Yeah, man, but him knows him right, and you are going to use your little intelligence and I come go like you want to twist him up. Oh gosh, man. Trust me, man, you're going to hear some Jamaican language in that court. There's some bad word comes in that court. You think a joke. I don't know, court still, you know, it's not a trial, you know. It's not a trial. It's not a trial. But me I tell you, all the brother where the woman I try the man I try circumvent me, where them said it, the soldier put him underneath the wheel and tell the man must drive over him and the youth are showed him on, you know, and the woman asked him, tell me something, how far is it, what, when you saw it on the TV, how far the backup was from where you are? And the brother said, look here, Tivoli Garden is a big place, you know. You can't do over one side, I don't know where I'm going over the other side. Obviously, she never ever go to a carnation market yet to rat. It must let me go do out the Ballyard. Because for you to look for she, you know. The other time she go down town when she go to court, you know. But the problem with it, you know, is that because the people them is so grounded in a certain cultural expression and cultural way, it's very difficult for these people come now, for come question them. And go on like say, because the people them now answer the question, how them want the people them for answer it, and then them use them little liar way for manipulate the people them, for make it sound like a lie the people them are tell. Because sometimes them ask you all the question 3-4 times, you know, for you if you go to the different thing, you know, like all the girl the other night, and the girl that said they may not tell it a soldier shoot me. A soldier shoot me, so you ask me question so much time. the girl said, yeah, them can't go to the hospital, you know, the more I keep me at the hospital, you know. The more I keep me at the room and after I inject me, I said, no, inject me, you know. So, oh, you go like me, don't know what I say. But I'm not soldier. I'm telling you, how much time I'm going to tell a soldier shoot me. She not easy, you know. And she was 13 when she get shot. She was 13 when she get shot. And she said a soldier shoot her. And the liar try to go around and circumvent her. And she get vexed. She get vexed. And a pure vexation you got seen in that place there. A pure confrontation you got seen it. So it's not getting nowhere. It's not going to go nowhere. You understand? It's not going to go nowhere. The people them want to find out how them going to get compensated for the damage that was done to them property. Them don't want to hear nothing but that. It's just that them want to find out. Is this activity going to come to a conclusion where say, all right, on the damage my TV, I'm going to go down a court to get a brand new TV. You damage my sofa when we did offer in a court. All right, go down a court to get a brand new sofa and you won't offer. Is that the people them want to find out? So you could have dead there sit down with a little intellectual law jargon little more. It's not going to work for them people there. It's not going to work for Jamaican people. And may I tell you, a whole heap, a policeman them going to get to have a whole heap of murder take place long there. Murder the people them. That is what them do. They murder the people them and look for one man. Murder the people them and look for one man. And the one man never done there. The one man never dead there. The one man there in the bosom of the Lord by way of Al Miller, who was driving him to the embassy. Dressed up like a lady. Al Miller man, may I tell you, the man who lost him gun, the preacher who lost him gun, left it careless. I hear so one of them did a preach one day, one of them preacher did a preach, pan the pulpit, you know. And when him say, and the Lord said, when him said turn your like him said turn your oar into a sword. Boom, him gun drop out. Him gun drop out and drop on the ground. Everybody I hope don't them out. Never know say the pastor carry gun in the church. Yes, if I carry gun in a church, I know because man I go in a church and I go shoot people. Man I go in a church. You can't imagine a shootout between a pastor and two gunmen in the church. Why? That's what I love. And I love see that. And I really love see that. Okay, this is the Cutting Edge, and I FM there with you. This is the Cutting Edge, and I FM there with you. You know, so tonight we're going to play the last tape for the year. Yes, the last tape for the year we're going to play. We're going to go back to where we usually do. Or play a tape we never hear before. But here we know. Tonight we're going to play a tape named The Origin of Christmas. Hey, how much people didn't know say Christmas was banned in America? You believe that? Yeah, man. There was a time when Christmas was banned in England too. Yeah, well, people don't know that, you know. It's hard to conceive that there was a time in England when it was unauthorized to celebrate Christmas, and in America also up to 1820 you was not allowed to celebrate Christmas, because really and truly it's just a trumped up day these people come up with in order to appease a next set of people. We are supposed to know the origin of these things already, you know, but you see, true Jamaican people, they tick up. We have to keep playing the same thing over and over, and we hope say something out there so we wipe off on the people them who are listening. Christmas has nothing to do with a man named Jesus Christ. Nothing to do with a man named Jesus Christ. And now we can see it even more clearly now, because when I was a youth, I come up, you'd have see some, it weird how we try mimic all snow with cotton, you know, and spray some little white thing on glass to make it look like a snow. When we have 96 degrees in the shade, we want it to look like snow. If some people all on you ever feel all the place full in America, they would have never want to put cotton pan a tree in them house to represent snow. Some people don't even know the origin of the Christmas tree. How you get to put cut down tree and put in your house. Some people don't even know that Jesus Christ don't have nothing to do with Christmas. Christmas don't have nothing to do with Jesus Christ. Some people don't even know that when them say amen, is an ancient Egyptian Haman Ra, the sun god, them are gay, extol. Them don't even know say amen come from that idea, that concept of the sun in the sky. And the reason why people always look up when them talk about God is because the first symbol of worship by man was the sun. So when people say, God, give me grace to persevere and hold up them head in the sky, it is because of that ancient Egyptian philosophy that says that the sun is the source of all life on earth. Without the sun, no one would exist. So when man see the sun, man give homage to the sun. But the Christian take out the U out of the sun and put a O in there and personify a man that represent the sun in the sky. All the attributes of the sun in the sky that the Egyptians had, they gave it to this man that them call, well, that the Europeans call Jesus Christ. But we know, without any apology to anybody, that there was no man on earth that named Jesus Christ. None. We not ask nobody that, we not debate that with nobody. There was no man on earth named Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is a configuration of different personalities and different mythologies that the Greco-Romans have in a them little mythological stories that is handed down through the colonial, the colonized, because Greece and Rome colonized countries too. The Romans colonized Jerusalem. Now we see the Israeli colonized Jerusalem, and the Israelis is now colonizing land that is not for them own. That land was given to them by the British because they was running from religious persecution. So the present day Israelis come from Russia and Germany. These are where these people come from. But because them adopt Judaism, they are recognized as Israelis. And because the land is claimed to be a specific sacred place for the three major religions, them, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Everybody tried to get a piece of it. So what we find out now is that these guys, these Romans, who still control and manipulate the earth through religious persuasions and perspectives, these guys create a perspective. And you know that you always go with the colonizer if you are colonized. Because most of our teaching, most of our philosophy, most of our ideas, our way of life come out of the colonizers that colonized Jamaica, the British. So most of our perception of truth and logics, behavior and expression, we find it seeped in British English ideas and ways. And you know that the British went over into America and them fight a civil war. And them did have to run. And we hear say, you have some guys named the Pilgrims, who was running also from religious persecution, went over into America and said the people them, on Turtle Island, and call them red man. Everywhere white people go, them color people. Everywhere white people go, them color people, including themselves. Them is white people, Chinese are yellow people, Native Americans are red people, red Indian. There's nothing red about Indian. But them take away the people, them land. Lay claim to a land that is not for them own. Just like how them come to Jamaica, just like how them come to Haiti and go like nobody never live on the land, just like how them go to Africa and go like nobody never live on the land, and control and manipulate the people them. So with that, them bring them religion and them way of life and them disease. And now we see that them use politics and religion where it's steeped in Romanism. Democracy come out of Romanism. Christianity, philosophy come out of Greco-Romanism. A whole heap of the ideas that we hold fast to was given to us by Romans. And we believe them to death. And one of those things was Christmas. Christmas was given to us by the Romans. And all the celebrations and the symbols around Christmas came out of Europe. Deck the halls with hollies and Santa Claus, that pedophile. Santa Claus is a pedophile. 11 months of the year, he slung up in some cold place with some little short man. Some helps. And then when him ready now, December him come now, come have your children, them a sit down in him lap. Watch out for Santa Claus, people. It's long time you must take children and put in a lap. And nobody now take notice of what happening. That obese. And I call him red man, because I think him is a child man, but usually him red. So we are saying that within the confines of our consciousness, we have to wake up. We have to take out something. You know, them say them brainwash me. And your brain never dirty, you know, but them brainwash you. And it's very difficult for you to come out tight, you know. It's very difficult for you to come out tight. So them give you a day, the 25th of December, and say, look here. We want to... And the emperors of Rome was very smart. The emperor said, look here. We have a thing named Isis doctrine in a Rome. We have paganism in a Rome. We have Christianity in a Rome. We go and make Christianity be the state religion. But in order to bring over the other people, them, we have to draw from all of these different religions into Christianity to make it look pleasing and enticing. Just like how Santa Claus entice your picnic with candy and little toys. Because one little picnic comes along like him lap. And we know. So when you go to church, it's an enticement. Church person entice you. I tell you about this place. I want to know something, you know. I really ask a question, you know. When people go to heaven, what them do every day, like day to day, you know, like they are heaven now, like today now, where you that do?
Pray.
Where you pray for? You are heaven already. You are heaven already, you don't need to pray again. No, I don't like, no. Can somebody please call me who has been there? Because I know some person have the key to heaven, and he can tell you exactly how to get there. I have always heard people telling you how to get to heaven, but I never hear them tell you what you do when you get there. What you go up there and do? You go to party, that's pure gospel music. You have on clothes with gold, or you just sit down and look on this white obese guy sit down on a cloud. We call himself God. Our people call God. Because you don't really have to pray to him up in heaven again. Because you don't give him praise long as already. But when you're up there now, like, you have days of the week in heaven. I don't know. I want to know if you have days of the week, like Sunday. What you do on a Sunday in heaven? Because you don't have to go to church again because you get saved. What you do on Tuesday? You have computer in heaven. You don't need no computer in heaven because you're supposed to can't think without computer in heaven. But I don't really like somebody tell me what is the day-to-day activity in heaven. Since some of the people are directed to heaven. Because one part of the Bible says when Jesus Christ raised, you know, about 500 dead people raised out of the coffin and gone up there with him. And I said, but what kind of man is it? So like the TV show. Well, the TV show up and some of them, they find it again. Dead, the dawn of the living dead. So you have one popular zombie show up on TV where dead people are get up. That happening in the Bible. Dead people get up in the Bible. I don't know why to them people when them get up now. Because after a man dead and him raised from the dead, him can dead again. I don't know. Like Lazarus. Lazarus had stinking at the coffin in the tomb. And Jesus tell the people them to dry, take him out of the tomb. And say, Lazarus, come forth. I guess a bolt come first. I don't know how that work. Bolt come first, Lazarus come forth. But really and truly now, Lazarus come forth. And when him come forth, what happened? After that now, it's show off, Jesus has show off, he say him can raise dead people. What happened to Lazarus after that? Him go to heaven. What him do when him going into heaven? What is it that is happening in heaven? Can somebody please explain to me? Because some people are going like them go there already. You have some man that tell you, say, if you tie on a bomb on you can get 72 virgins in heaven. I shouldn't say that I make Brian here, because Brian I go want to tie on bomb on himself, right? No, for go ever go get 72 virgins. But really and truly, 72 virgins. Tie on a bomb and you go to heaven, you get 72. What you going to do with 72 virgins in heaven? Really? Yeah, cutting edge.
Greetings, blessed love Muta.
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah. Rastafari.
I see.
You say you want somebody to tell you.
What you do in heaven when you go there, yeah. Day to day.
What do you think?
No, me not think about heaven, you know, bro. Sister, me not think about heaven.
But you think so why you say if anybody know about it?
Yeah, if somebody, yeah, because I want somebody call me, you know about it. If you know about it, you can't tell me what's happening, you know. I will evaluate what you say and see if I must accept what you say.
Basically, what I'm saying though,
yeah,
His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I,
yeah,
teach us, taught us,
yes,
about this wonderful Bible.
Yes.
Have you ever read any of his speeches regarding to
We in Ethiopia have one of the oldest versions of the Bible, but however old it might be, whatever language it might be written, it remains the same. Right. We can go on and on with the quote. Yes. So,
and him say for his part, though,
him glory in the Bible. Yeah. Unless man accept with a clear conscience, the Bible and great message, him cannot offer salvation. We know all of that. But that don't answer the question. What is it that people do when them go to heaven? That is the question that is on the board.
Right, because it has to do with Santa Claus. Look at you, Santa Claus, when him come and the people them come sit down in him lap.
Him is a pedophile, yes.
I sit in there and I listen to Muta and I laugh and I say,
you laugh?
Muta, easy, because I mean, Muta, easy,
No, but me know why tell me something easy, You bring up Haile Selassie to me, right, a while ago. And we are talking about heaven. And me ask the question, what is it that people do on a day-to-day basis when them go to heaven? Because apparently a whole heap of people don't know what happen when you go, how you go reach heaven. I hope people can tell you how to reach there.
The Bible, all these stories that is compiled in this Bible that His Majesty is speaking about. I mean, that's it. All of the words you say, because I mean,
which part of the Bible tell you what's happening when you're in heaven with God? What's happening day to day? In which part of the Bible tell you?
Well, there's many parts.
Yeah, they tell me one of the parts. No, me not say no mention. No man. Me not say no. You
don't really have enough credit telling about.
Yeah, the whole of the Bible mention heaven. You know, when I say what is it that people do when them reach to heaven on a day-to-day basis? Which part of the Bible tell you?
I live with it still in the motor. For myself, personally, I say I live it because
like
most man want heaven. Heaven, I mean the what you would call it now, the definition of heaven would more say Zion instead of say
Zion is heaven. Zion is a place.
Zion instead of, and this is the contrary though, Mr. Well, and I mean you can't say.
Yeah, but Zion and
your mind.
Yeah, but Zion and heaven are two different places. Zion and heaven are two different places. You know. Zion in a Jerusalem, Mount Zion, the city of the great King David.
So you said about the sky, I mean like the sky gazing thing.
I don't know where heaven is. I don't want to go there.
But heaven is supposed to be on earth.
No, that is supposed to. Alright. So but them say you have to dead to go to heaven. Them say you have to dead to go to heaven. I am asking.
You say you go dead too?
If I say I go dead, everybody who born I go dead.
Not necessarily. The Bible, the Bible says people are there for witness for Christ, and I do believe that.
People in the barn yet. Them people in the barn yet.
Even though Christ died, as an example.
Look here. Everybody who dead on earth and now we're born I go dead.
But some of them for there, I mean,
but them no born yet. Them no born yet because no Jesus now come back. Well,
me not one because me.
No, but we are straight from the reasoning. We are straight from the reasoning. So you can't answer me then about what the day-to-day basis of.
That's what me want you tell me now because I never hang up now. Me want you tell me before you
can't tell you because me no know. Me never go heavy yet.
What do you think?
No, me can't tell you when me do Sunday. Me can't tell you when me do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Me can't tell you when me go do Wednesday and Thursday. Me can't tell you when me go do tomorrow, and tomorrow no come yet. Me can't tell you when me go do tomorrow, but me can't tell you what.
Nice man, everything nice.
In a heaven, all right, Mama.
Heaven?
Yeah, then heaven we are talking about. Oh, you mean that heaven we are talking about? All right, deep thanks. Nice, jolly sister, jolly sister. Okay, so. People vex Muta when Muta bring up certain questions and they don't answer. People vex because it's a pertinent question. You know why it's a pertinent question? I want to know if on Wednesdays I go have a radio station in heaven for go to. I would prefer stay on IRFM. I would prefer stay on IRFM because we don't know, heaven sound like a boring place. Heaven sound worse. Because me want to go down a hell now. And God is going to make me burn for 1,000 years in a fire. I mean, and torment me for 1,000 years. What kind of compassion that? I thought God would be a compassionate God. God would unleash fire upon you for 1,000 years. And then, I mean, you can't carry no air condition go hell. Suppose you're hot, you're too hot. You can't go ATL go buy a air condition. You need to go check Mr. Bush, man. And say, Mr. Bush, boy, you want to say, me need a air conditioner. That's why them not like Jamaican. When Jamaican go down, the Jamaican want to carry air conditioner go hell. You understand? But really and truly, me want to know because me hear people make all these claims about heaven and hell, and them know what hell is, and them know what heaven is. Hell is their bottomless pit, and you go burn up in a hell, and this and that, and heaven is a place with the streets paved with gold and, you know, all sorts of things. I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy philosophy. Yes. We're going to play the tape and all. We're going to play the tape. Yes. Stepping razor. Cutting edge. Why the dog attack to me? Oh, you're the dog? You're the dog of barcode. Hello, that's all. All right, me hear the Pino Wally them too. Nobody now answer. All right, okay, lock off that. Click that. Next one. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, EL.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, blessed.
Yeah. Sometimes the question they ask important more than the answer.
All right. Explain that to me.
Can't be answer.
Explain. It can't answer.
Can't be answer.
All right. Then I'm going to ask you a question now. Pan that question there. So why is it that people upon the earth can tell you how to get there? And them never go there yet. How them know that what you do here now, based upon of the principles where them tell you if you live by, you will go to heaven. How them know that? How them know that when you live a certain way per earth, you will guaranteed a place in heaven? How them know that? Oh, I'm gone? Yeah, this is how good. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Muta.
Yes.
Muta Baruka.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
The daughter we just called a while ago. But thought she was a Rasta, but she's not Rasta because.
Oh, you know she's not Rasta.
But the way how she see heaven, it's like she's not sure where she reach.
No, she say heaven at Zion. She say heaven at Zion. Oh, you know she's not Rasta.
But the way how she see heaven, it's like she's not sure where she reach.
No, she say heaven at Zion. She say heaven at Zion.
Okay, and Zion is in Jerusalem.
No, I said I know which part Zion there, according to Bible, according to history. Zion is a mountain top where King David used to live in a Jerusalem.
Of course.
Yeah, that is how I know about Zion. Zion is the city of the great King David, seated in Jerusalem. No,
Rastafari.
Yeah, so I want to find out now. I come here, Christian, say heaven. I never used to hear Rasta talk about heaven, you know. But I come here, Christian, and say heaven. But all of a sudden now I hear when people dead, them gone to heaven. And now I hear so when Rasta dead, them gone to Zion.
No.
Well, and that me hear Rasta that say no, when a Rasta
yes, because even when they bury Bob Marley, you know.
Him say him gone to Zion.
Gone to Zion.
Then you say Rasta confused though.
Yes, you know, you confused because why is that thing, you know, to slavery coming up and everything, people mind just so confused.
And that me I say too, and that me I told me I try and unravel the thing and people are going to vex me now too, me I try and unravel this up. So when you think, let me ask the question, let me just ask the bridge. It look like him credited God. All people know say, if you live a certain way, upon earth, you will have a ticket for go to heaven. All them know that when you live a certain way, you're going to go to heaven.
You see, the people have going to start from A to Z in this thing. You have to remember, say, right now, Christopher Columbus went take us from the promised land. Right? And brought us into slavery and scattered us all over the world.
Yes, yeah.
Right? So, we don't know, then just, we don't, and come up with this heaven up in the sky, you know, if we just keep black people away from the promised land, you know.
But I know, but you see, I can't tell you all this up in the, I just have to tell you all the up in the sky come, you know. The up in the sky come out of Egypt when people used to worship the sun. Because them see the sun as the ultimate life energy. And them give praises and worship the sun. So that is why every time somebody talk about God, them look up in the sky. Because that is how the Egyptians used to do it. When them talk about Amen Ra, them look up in the sky upon the sun. And all
right, because there is nothing else you could have look up there and call upon God but upon the sun. Because I don't see no
but the sun is the source of our life on earth. The sun is the source of our life. If there was no sun, no life couldn't exist. If there was no sun, no life couldn't exist. Even though in the Bible, the plant life make before the sun. But I tell you, Christianity not easy. In the Bible tell you, say, plant life make before the sun.
Rastafari.
Genesis 1.
Things are going in earth, yes. A whole heap of foolishness.
Yes.
And whole heap of thing. And then the people them gone. Some of them mind gone astray. Because right now the chicken go now. When you tell the people them say the mosquito.
Them gone something else.
They say something else. But me ask them say then I will bring malaria.
Your mosquito?
No, the same old mosquito. Things are the name change, but the same old mosquito.
Yes. Yeah, man. But people
and the people them nasty, they just eat and garbage up the place and nobody cares actually.
Yes, and piss pan the light post, them and rat down the post, and people have to put concrete light post, no instead of wood light post.
Right, and then every time now they want government to come do this and do that and do. It's like him climbing on a broken chair.
Yes.
That them do all the while they try grab off a politician to come clean up their nasties and don't know say within themselves.
Them nasty in
themselves.
Yeah, them nasty and it's in themselves. That's true, mama. True.
Right? Me I call all the way from Mantico be a Muta.
Then that's not far, man. A 1.5 hour drive that, man. That's not far.
We start all down here so see Muta God no Rastafari. It's like me down here so get weak out, man. It's like
Mantico be there.
Lord have mercy. It's like no for the Rasta them no Mantico be there. Then take sex for Rasta.
Them where them a worship sex and all down there?
Lord have mercy, and they know enough of them are years all kind of sick.
It come like me go start go back down and go live then.
No, man. Why, man, it could be a mash up, me I tell you, when it comes to Rasta. Rasta come like a release down here.
Yeah, that terrible thing, and the tourism and tourism catch them.
Lord have mercy.
All right, mama, we have to go take the advertisement here.
Rastafari.
Yes, all right, you know, we're going to play the tape. All we hear them conversations that go on, you know. We're going to play the tape, you know. We're going to play the tape, you understand? It's not a very long tape, but we're going to play the tape. All right, click it, sir. This is the cutting edge. So, we just should have got through the idea about Jesus and the 25th of December, and then it branch off into other reasoning. And people still look for Jesus to come out of the sky because of our old time understanding the Egyptian them are. But you know, the only thing that come out of the sky are eat, air, and water. Nature. You know, so when people used to talk about nature first and them say people are pagan. Because that's where the word come from, you know. The idea of paganism is because the people them used to be farmers. It's farmers become pagans, you know. Because when them look how nature treat them plants and animals, them start to give homage to nature. The sun, the moon, and the stars direct the course of events on Earth. On Earth, because you have other planets out there. I mean, microcosm. Earth is just a little speck. It's like it upon a beach. It's so much sand upon the beach. Well, Earth is just like one of them sand there, in the whole scheme of the thing. Very insignificant. The sun is a star. The nearest star to the earth is the sun. And you have many stars in the earth. Many stars in the galaxy. And earth is just a little dot. That's all. But man, in him little arrogance, man in him little ego, him create philosophies and ideas. And then him start to go on like say it's some outside force a direct him to say and do these things. So when him say good, him say a God. And when him say bad, him say a devil. When a him a do good and a him a do bad. No other creature upon earth have a philosophy of good and bad but man. All concepts of God come from man. So man put him ideas and him philosophy and him way of life and how him see things upon a being named God. So him call it anthropomorphize. Big word. Brian don't even know that word there. If you go up on computer, go see it. Anthropomorphize. In other words, he make God of attributes of man. So anything where man think and believe in him say God think and believe that way too. So that's why I can't say God is a jealous God, or God is good, or God don't like this, or God don't like that. It's not that there's something out there that is not liking it or don't like it. It's him. So him create books, him create pictures and music to project him thinking on other human beings. Man is the only creature on earth that knows him go dead, and every day him get up and try to prevent it. That is a paradox in itself. Man knows him go dead, but every day him try to get up and prevent it. It's either him eating food when feels and go poison him, or him trying to prevent gunshot from shooting him. In a Jamaica now, you can't prevent that. You have to just figure it out, because gunshot, man a fire shot in a man to go behind to kill people in a Kingston. A gunshot all go through Fern Gully like a minivan. It's like a guy that goes so. It's a man to go be a boy, and a taxi guy just take the gunshot and carry that Kingston or kill somebody. But me assure you, say, the concepts where we have and where we project on people emanate from man, not supernatural being out there, not direct the course of man. Because if that was the case, if there was a compassionate being out there, compassionate, I can't we call it now, dictate compassion. A compassionate God would have never see all these wickedness and cruelty we are going, and then just stand aside and watch it go on and just wait for a specific day to do whatsoever I want to do. It's a terrible thinking and a terrible philosophy. How can you say you love God who you cannot see? Yet still you cannot love who you can see. First you have to love who you can see. Because who you can see is a manifestation of who you cannot see. Who you can see is a manifestation of that which you cannot see. So if you feel say you can't tell man, boy, you love God, love God, love God, and you know love man. Yeah, man, talk about love man. Me that you know, hey, Muta, we are talking about love man. I go to school the other day and I tell you them about love man. They might say, no, Muta, what that? Me I say, you see it now, a mixed up brains you have. Because when me talk about love, not sex, you not think about. You know, see it? So most man, most them a check sex as love. So when him say love, he must say him can't love a man. And just woman him love, that's why him say Galville. Galdeville. A crazy, a madness. It's a it's a madness. Galchester. And all them thinking there. Because him get so homophobic in him consciousness that him can't even say Manchester. Or him love Manchester. Me love Manchester. And I'm saying, Muta, we are talking about you love Manchester. No, or you can have Gmail. An email. No, I don't have no email. It's free still, you know, a joke still, you know, but the joke come from somewhere. It come from a deeper psychological problem in a Jamaican society. You understand? So when you say love to a man have you have like, wait, I'm not talking about love Rasta, love man. You can't love man Rasta. I mean, a man cash up the other day to me and tell him, say, so why you can't say you love a man? He must say, no, I can't love man. And that is the problem now. Because then you have to start questioning the word love too. Love, hate, righteous, unrighteous, good, bad, up, down, north, east, west. Because sometimes you say you go up north, you know, when you reach a north, you know, you still go up north, because when you reach a north and a north again. When you go up on the south coast, and you go up on the north coast. We're supposed to be on the north coast, but when you're up on the north coast, it's not the north coast again. The only reason it's not the north coast is the north coast is when you're down there. When you're there, you're not the north coast again, because you have something further north. So, within the consciousness now, people create, human beings create things and put the thing to rule over themselves. It's weird. Man create this thing and then put it for rule over him. And him give the thing, all the attributes of man, the desires and the fear and the pain and the stress. Him try to put it upon that thing. But guess what now? Him lose himself. Him lose himself. Him can't find himself again. Because whenever I'm trying to find himself, him say, the real self is up there. That's why the national anthem say, grant true wisdom from above. And wisdom not come from above. Wisdom come from within. Wisdom come through experience. You can't go to school to learn wisdom. Wisdom come from experience. Experience teach you wisdom. You can't get no wisdom from above. I eat here and water you get from above. And that is the source of our life. That is this energy. Energy. We are one, but just different manifestation of that energy. So, we know that energy cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot be destroyed as a mathematical truth. You can't destroy energy, but energy transforms and manifests itself in different ways. So the manifestation of the energy is different, but it's just the same energy that is projecting the manifestations. So, this is the cutting edge on RFM. And as we say now, we're going to go to this. This is where we're going to now. Okay, here goes.
It has been called the Day of Days. It is a time of magic, pageantry, warmth, generosity, and love. For many of us, our fondest childhood memories revolve around the traditions of Christmas. It is a time that many around the world celebrate as the birth of Jesus Christ, the Savior and Messiah of mankind. In recent years, however, the spiritual holiday has become a time of mass marketing and crass commercialism. Incredibly, many businesses derive more than half their yearly income during this period. The process of gift giving, once thought to have come from the story of the wise men who offered gifts to the newborn Christ, has evolved into the buying frenzy we see today during the month of December. But what about the other Christmas traditions? Have you ever wondered why we decorate the Christmas tree? Why we light the Yule log? Why we hang the mistletoe? And why we teach our children to believe in Santa Claus?
In the next hour, you will discover the true origins of Christmas. You may be surprised or even shocked to learn the source of your favorite holiday traditions. Chances are, you'll never look at Christmas the same ever again.
Northern Hemisphere during late December, the days are at their shortest lengths and the nights are at their longest. For those of the pagan world, this has always been the greatest time of the year to celebrate and practice the works of darkness. The pagan calendar identifies this period as the winter solstice. It was during the pre-Christian midwinter pagan celebrations of Scandinavia's Norsemen where today's Christmas traditions began. As a means of honoring the pagan sex and fertility god Yule, a 12-day celebration during the month of December was inaugurated. A large single log considered to be a phallic idol was lit on fire and kept burning for 12 days. Animal or human sacrifices were offered in the fire on each of those days. Wild, delirious reveling accompanied the daily sacrifices as drunken participants defiantly strove to make contact with spirits. 1,000 miles away in pre-Christian Rome, celebrants were paying homage to their own gods during the winter solstice. Witchcraft traditions hold that a number of pagan gods were given birth during this period, including Dionysus, Attis, and Baal, chief male god of fertility and licentiousness. Another pagan god from Persia, identified as Mithra, was said to have been born specifically on December 25th. Mithra was the god of the unconquerable sun, the god of the light between heaven and earth, worshipped at that time by an influential Roman cult. His birth symbolized an end to the long nights and a return to the dominance of the sun. During the month-long winter solstice celebration, courts in Rome were closed. Any and all crimes were allowed. Homosexuality, cross-dressing, and uncontrolled debauchery reigned supreme. Rome's order was turned upside down. Even children were allowed to join in the drunken orgies as part of the Juvenalia celebration. By 270 AD, the Roman Emperor Aurelian had made it official, setting aside a 7-day period from December the 17th through the 24th, culminating in an exchange of gifts on December the 25th to celebrate the birth of the sun god. This Roman orgy to end all orgies later became known as Saturnalia, in honor of the god Saturn, the god of excess. Roman soldiers invading Britain brought with them their pagan orgiastic traditions. Upon taking root in England, Saturnalia became known as the Festival of Fools, reigned over by the Lord of Misrule. By the 4th century, the influential government-sanctioned Church of Rome, unable to outlaw the growing number of pagan practices, chose instead to adopt them into their so-called official Christianity. The Church believed this would attract more pagans to their fold.
Up until this time, the birthday of Jesus Christ, the Jewish Messiah, had not been celebrated at all. Ignoring scriptures, however, indicating that the birth probably did not occur during the winter, the Church nevertheless confused biblical history and made Jesus' birthday coincide with the pagan god Mithra. The birth date of the sun god had now become the birth date of the Son of God.
It was hoped that the pagan celebrations of Saturnalia would merge into this new legally sanctioned form of Christianity. The Church's practice of changing the dates of Christian events to coincide with pagan festivals continued, and by the 7th century, Pope Gregory I had ordered Augustine of Canterbury to incorporate any and all pagan practices and customs into the expanding Roman Catholic Church. During the Middle Ages, the debased Mardi Gras atmosphere of what was now known as Christ's Mass had reached a fevered pitch. Common practices included open sex in the streets, rioting, murder, and a number of pagan druidic Halloween rituals. This blood-drenched celebration got so out of hand that by 1652, following the execution of King Charles I, Christ's Mass was finally outlawed in England. A religious reform movement began sweeping the country, led by Puritan Oliver Cromwell. The Puritans took the biblical mandate seriously, which commanded that Christianity remain pure and separate from paganism. Despite their noble efforts, the celebration simply went underground, and by 1656, after only 4 short years under the ban, the public's demand for the legalization of Christ's Mass had become insurmountable. The appointment of Charles II to the throne restored England's monarchy, and with it the celebration of Christ's Mass. The Puritans had lost England, but they held high hopes for the new world.
When the first settlers came from England, they were, for the most part, Puritans. They came here for religious freedom. They came here to be free to worship God without a hierarchy and without the corruption of the organized church that they had known before. And when they came, they came with the clear knowledge of the danger of these pagan practices that had become so dear to the hearts of their ancestors.
Following England's lead in 1659, the colonies of America had likewise outlawed Christmas. For 200 years, the clergy in New England battled to keep the riotous celebrations honoring the pagan god Saturn from infiltrating the New World. The Reverend Cotton Mather had warned in a Christmas Day sermon in 1712, "Can you in your conscience think that your holy Saviour is honoured by hard drinking, lewd revelling, and by a mass fit for none but Bacchus or Saturn?" But the public's taste for sin and revelry persisted. In 1828, gang rioting during the Saturnalia-like Christmas celebrations got so bad that cities such as New York were forced to institute a professional police force for the first time in order to control the savagery.
Christmas was not only not widely celebrated. In many cases, many places, Christmas celebrations were actually outlawed. And this was because of the attitude of many of the churches who regarded it as primarily as a pagan celebration and as a reproach to the Lord.
By the mid-19th century, American churches were the last remaining holdout in the war against the validation of Christmas. However, they too finally succumbed as a result of the efforts of the American Sunday School Society, who began advocating Christmas programs for children as a method of filling the pews. The society argued that children could be taught about the birth of Christ through the reenactment of the Nativity. They also offered candy and treats to the children as a means of enticing families into accepting the holiday, despite its notorious history and blatantly pagan roots. The successful technique of bribing children with candy would later be used on an unsuspecting American populace in the effort to promote the acceptance of the pagan rituals of Halloween. However, it was the work of England's most popular writer, Charles Dickens, whose ghostly 1843 book, A Christmas Carol, cemented the Christmas holiday in the hearts of Americans forever. Dickens' well-loved story made the pagan Christmas feasts, shining trees, glittering shops, and family warmth irresistible to those wanting to experience the holiday. Coming to America in 1867 to promote his work, Charles Dickens packed theaters as he read his story to cheering audiences around the country. A Christmas Carol gripped America and destroyed any final attempt to stop the evolution of Christmas. By 1875, the Puritans had been beaten, and by 1890, all American states had voted to make Christmas a legal holiday. Today's tradition of the Christmas Yule log stems directly from the worship of the pre-Christian Scandinavian fertility god Yule. The burning of this phallic idol is also responsible for the concept of the 12 days of Christmas, which represented the 12 daily sacrifices offered up in the Yule log's flames.
Another good example of the pagan elements of Christmas is the whole concept of Yule and the Yule log. The very term is derived from the Norse god Yule, spelled J-U-L. And every year around Christmas time, a huge log was cut down and fashioned into a fertility symbol and then burned for 12 days. And on each successive day, a new sacrifice to the god Yule was performed in the fire, and a new sacrificial victim was burned to death. Sometimes, but not always, these sacrificial victims were human beings. And the whole notion of the 12 days of Christmas also comes to us from this Norse pagan tradition.
In an attempt to blur the origins of this horrific ritual, the Church of Rome placed the first day of the Mass of Christ on December 25th and the 12th day on January the 6th. Despite no scriptural references for January the 6th, it was selected as the day the wise men supposedly arrived to offer gifts to the newborn Christ. This day, then, has become known as Epiphany.
During the Dark Ages, the European custom of putting an oil-lighted wick lamp in the windows during the 12 days of Christmas signified to neighbors that the occupants were participating in the pagan worship of the phallic idol Yule. In today's commercialism, this is where we get the tradition of decorating our houses with Christmas lights. The Yule log custom was originally brought over to America by Scandinavian immigrants during the 1600s. And despite attempts to ban the tradition, it has stayed with us to this very day. Today, when we wish someone Yuletide greetings, we are in a sense invoking the power of the fertility god Yule upon that person. Saturnalia celebrations, holly and other greens were hung over doorways as part of a pagan ritual to ward off evil. To deck the halls with boughs of holly was to acknowledge the powers of the nature gods. According to Wiccan rituals, placing holly or other greens in the shape of a circle or wreath accentuated its magical power. Similarly, mistletoe, when used in the casting of Wiccan or Druidic spells, could render a woman helpless and open to sexual exploitation. This is where we get our custom of hanging mistletoe in doorways today, and if a woman is caught underneath, she may be kissed and must not resist.
The fir tree, the mistletoe, all of these things typically come from overtly pagan traditions, typically from Northern Europe, German, Norse, and English.
Likewise, evergreen trees have always represented sex and fertility in pagan cultures. During the winter solstice, trees would be chopped down, brought inside, set up, and decorated as idols for worship.
The Christmas tree was regarded as a sacred tree. The pagans of Northern Europe typically worshipped trees. They regarded trees and groves as sacred. So the bringing of the tree into the house would be a way of bringing this supernatural source of blessing into your home. That was the whole idea, that there were spirits who resided in the trees.
In the Middle Ages, the tradition of the winter solstice Christmas tree primarily took root in Germany. During his reign, King George I, himself of German extraction, brought the custom to Victorian England. German immigrants settling in Pennsylvania did the same in America during the early 1800s. In 1848, the London Illustrated News published this famous engraving depicting Queen Victoria and her royal family beside a decorated Christmas tree. And within a few years, nearly every English household had their own tree in allegiance to the monarchy. By 1900, the U.S. Forest Service estimated that at least 1 in 5 homes in America had adopted the Christmas tree tradition. Thousands of years earlier, God, speaking through the prophet Jeremiah, warned against this pagan practice in the Old Testament. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Santa Claus is another good example of a pagan element of Christmas. Santa Claus, as we know him today, is an amalgamation of several different traditions. But in most cultures throughout the world, you will find the existence of what is known as hearth gods. Gods who guard the hearth and the chimney and keep the fires burning and make sure the food cooks properly and the people are warm and what have you. And at a certain time of year, in the middle of winter, typically. The hearth god dressed in red will come down the chimney to reward those who have pleased him during the course of the previous year, and to lay curses or hexes or other forms of punishment upon people who have displeased him.
The concept of Santa Claus has had a long and winding history, with a number of diverse cultures contributing to the composite character we have today. Beginning once again in Scandinavia, Santa's original incarnation was in the form of Odin, the pagan god of thunder, a tall fellow with a long flowing beard who inhabited the spirit-infested Nordic forests. Odin would travel the sky during the winter solstice, deciding who would die and who would prosper. Most believers were frightened of this particular time of year. In England, Odin eventually evolved into Father Christmas, who, crowned with sprigs of holly, traveled the countryside getting roaring drunk as part of the Festival of Fools celebration. Frequently, he would be accompanied by a horned goat, ironically the biblical symbol of those who reject the salvation of Jesus Christ. According to the traditions of the Church of Rome, there was a Turkish bishop named Nicholas who hailed from Myra in Asia Minor during the 4th century. He was known as the patron saint of seafaring men. Over the centuries, as the legend began to unfold, it was rumored that St. Nicholas had actually captured the devil himself, put him in chains, and made him his personal servant. Recognized in various cultures as Krampus, Beelzebub, or Zwart Piet, Black Peter, this assistant of St. Nicholas is best known by his German name, Knecht Ruprecht. Described as a hideous horned creature, the servant Ruprecht was a dark and sinister figure who stood in stark contrast to the saintly Nicholas. Somehow, Father Christmas's companion, the horned goat, had metamorphosized into the foreboding horned devil called Ruprecht. As St. Nicholas traveled from house to house, inquiring about the behavior of children, Ruprecht would drop candy and gifts down the chimney into the good children's shoes which had been placed there. It was from this story that we get our tradition of hanging stockings on the mantle at Christmas time. If able to recite a verse or demonstrate a skill for St. Nicholas, the child would receive a gift. If unable to remember a verse, or if the child had been bad, he or she would receive a switch or a whip. Ruprecht also carried a large sack which he would frequently use to haul away the really bad boys and girls.
As more and more Christian churches began combining the pagan rituals of the winter solstice with the celebration of the birth of Christ, emphasis on St. Nicholas's role began to shift. Some cultures began to downplay the role of St. Nicholas, but surprisingly retained Ruprecht.
Eventually, Knecht Ruprecht was made the companion and servant to the Christ child himself. In this scenario, the devil is actually given the title Weihnachtsmann, or Santa Claus. 19th century writer Theodor Storm, in his story about Knecht Ruprecht, even goes so far as to describe the switches given to the children by Ruprecht as tools to be used in sadomasochistic rituals. Soon, the image of Ruprecht would fade from the Christmas tradition, but not his sadistic influence. Many of the early depictions of Santa Claus portrayed him not as a jolly gift giver, but of an unfriendly disciplinarian, complete with a ready switch or whip.
One of the problems with the Christmas gift thing for children is that it really is a religious teaching, a wrong religious teaching, because it teaches them that if they're nice, they get the gifts. If they're naughty, they don't. Or in my case, I was taught that he would leave us a bundle of switches. Isn't that interesting? It's a salvation by my own personal virtue. But there's a second thing wrong with it, and that is that they're going to get those gifts whether they're naughty or nice, because most parents love their children and wouldn't dream of, quote, ruining their Christmas. And they're not going to ruin Christmas. They're going to give those children the gifts anyway. And sooner or later, those thinking children are going to realize, I wasn't very nice, but I got the gift anyway. So it isn't important to be nice. It isn't important to do what is right and avoid what is wrong.
German immigrants coming to America during the 1620s tried to influence the New World with the stories of St. Nicholas and his gift-giving companion, Knecht Ruprecht. But somehow the idea just didn't take hold until almost 200 years later.
In 1819, America's best-selling author, Washington Irving, used his influence to promote St. Nicholas in a popular Christmas story titled Bracebridge Hall. Consulting Irving's writings, Episcopalian minister Clement Clark Moore penned a decidedly secular tale called A Visit from St. Nicholas in 1822. Later retitled The Night Before Christmas, Moore's poem was based on the tales of German and Dutch immigrants who had come to America. Intended originally only for his own children, Moore's story was published in the Troy Sentinel in New York and became an overnight sensation. Gone were the bishop's remnant of St. Nicholas. He was now a jolly old elf imbued with supernatural powers. Moore had also replaced Nicholas's companion, the horned-necked Ruprecht, with 8 horned magical reindeer. As the popularity of The Night Before Christmas grew, Moore became increasingly concerned that the story's emphasis on the supernatural and its disregard for Christ would reflect poorly on his position as a minister. As a result, he refused to take credit for its creation until the story became so popular that he could no longer resist. 40 years later, illustrator Thomas Nast, political cartoonist for Harper's Weekly, seared the image of Santa Claus into the minds of the world by creating a drawing which combined Moore's jolly old elf with images of St. Nicholas taken from his own native Bavaria. By 1880, Santa was a thoroughly secularized folk hero who had become increasingly irresistible to retailers worldwide.
One factor that has contributed to the paganization of Christmas, the complete paganization of Christmas, has been the element of commercialism. It may seem odd to think of it in that context, but remember that Christ himself identified the love of money as a spiritual force in and of itself. And where it comes into play, it has a kind of naturally hostile effect on the gospel and the Christian faith. So the commercialization of Christmas has helped to highlight the pagan elements and to drive the overtly Christian elements further underground.
To me, the most obscene thing about Christmas celebrations and customs as we know them is that as a result of these things, Jesus is displaced in the hearts of children by Santa Claus. The love, affection, appreciation, trust, the desire to emulate, these things that they should have in their hearts and minds as growing children for Jesus himself, to whom they owe everything. Instead, this has been stolen. This has been raped out of their hearts, in a sense, and displaced by the myth of Santa Claus.
He takes the place of God or of Jesus Christ in the special world that is Christmas. He has supernatural knowledge of your history. He has supernatural knowledge of your present, of your attitudes. He's keeping a list. He knows who's naughty and nice. Your parents don't even know that. He's obviously got some conduit to knowledge that is beyond the human, and he flies through the air. Capable of visiting every place on the globe in the course of a single night. In many, many ways, Santa exhibits supernatural qualities that provide a kind of surrogate deity or a substitute for God or for Christ.
Myths, by definition, evolve and change, and things are added. We used to have a Santa Claus figure that was confused with St. Nicholas and confused with other pagan figures, and then somehow he evolved through the drawings of Thomas Nast and others into what we see today, but he had a sleigh with 8 supernatural reindeer that can fly. And so the Christmas traditions that are pagan continue to change. But the truth of Jesus, the truth of the Incarnation, the truth that the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, never changes, never will.
Various scriptures in the Bible, including the 2nd chapter of Luke, record the events surrounding the birth of the Messiah. A decree from Caesar Augustus had gone out, requiring all people to return to the city of their origin for taxation purposes. Mary, who was pregnant with a child conceived by the Holy Spirit, made the difficult journey to Bethlehem along with her husband Joseph. Both Joseph and Mary were of the lineage of King David. Upon arrival, they found all the inns to be full, but were provided with a stable where Mary could have her baby. At the same time, an angel announcing the birth of the Messiah appeared to shepherds tending their flocks in a field nearby. The stunned shepherds hurried to Bethlehem and found the baby Jesus lying in a manger just as the angel had declared. Although traditional nativity scenes place 3 wise men at the stable at the time of Jesus Christ's birth, according to Scripture, these wise men visited Jesus later at his home. Because 3 gifts are named, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, tradition says 3 men gave them, but exactly how many wise men visited Jesus is not known. The birth of Jesus Christ miraculously fulfilled a number of Old Testament prophecies about the coming Messiah, including that he would be born in Bethlehem, that he would be born of a virgin, and that he would be a descendant of King David's.
The concept or the idea of celebrating the birth of Jesus once a year had apparently never occurred to the church fathers. In the first 3 centuries of the church's history, there was no such thing. And I think God perhaps very carefully avoided telling us in the scriptures when he was born. We can be sure of one thing: it wasn't in late December, and because in the first place, shepherds don't abide by their flocks in the fields by night in late December. It's too cold. They take them out in the morning to pasture, protect them while they eat all day, and then bring them back in at night. So it wasn't in late December. It's an interesting thing, and perhaps an intellectually tantalizing thought to try to figure out when he was born.
R.E.F.M. Thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Muta Baruka.
Yeah, this is the coaching edge, so we're up on the brinks at the time. Okay, at 3 minutes left. I get my anxious to this time thing, it's getting anxious to it. But yes, we are try, as we are say, really have to accept anything with upon that, but you can accept the whole light if you want, Because so we play the tape, them I would say, if you want, accept what you want, accept, throw where you want, throw away, accept what you want, accept. But saying everything, there must be something in it where you can say, some never think about that yet, some never really check it that way there yet. Because that is what this program is all about. To make you open your head, space. And don't make no one tell you, say, this is so, without questioning when him say, no matter how who, no matter who, you have to question things, You have to doubt things. Doubt is not a crime or a sin, Guys, through doubt, you start to analyze things. When somebody doubts something, it gives them more impetus for really go examine what him doubt. So doubt is not necessarily a bad thing in itself. We can't take the call, because the time will come up away. So we have to take the call after the time. We are talk all the time still. We are say doubt is not a bad thing. Doubt make you really pursue other avenues of the truth or other avenue of the reasoning to come to conclusion. And some people have a conclusion without examining. You can't have a conclusion about something if you don't examine the something. Somebody tell you something, you have to go in your head cup and examine it and come out with some form of understanding about the thing. You can't just hear something and say, no, can't go so, not no go so. You have to analyze it. But you see, true, we use European logic to define itself all the while. We get confused and mix up. Because if you say European logic is the only way to look on things, and the only way to reason about things is to use European logics. And European logics define we, African people. And we have a logics that sustain with thousands of years before any European. So, we just want to leave you with that. The time is 12 o'clock. Examine things like how we're supposed to examine it.
Because when one religion tolerate the next one, say tolerance, make the next man apply same religion. I'm not sure you're sure. I doubt you doubt fear and make a next man go on also.
No,
and then again,
not necessarily, you know, you don't have to doubt your for tolerate an next man thing. You don't have to doubt your thing for tolerate an next man thing.
True, but it could be too. And when you just start talk, it remind me of some things I'm going to read, right? I'm kind of right, you know. One saying where Jonathan Swift, am I again? A poet or a novelist? Him did say, we have just enough religion to make us hate, but not enough to make us love one another.
Yes, because religion turn man from man to
it.
Yes.
And Blaise Pascal now did right say, men never do evil so completely and cheerfully as when they do it from religious conviction.
Religion make good people do evil things.
Very, but evil when people talk about loving God and everything, remember say in the Bible, God tell you himself, you know, say, him create evil, you know.
Yeah.
You understand?
Then God not tell Moses for going out the city to go kill all the people and take away their woman.
And rob them to rob the Egyptian too.
Yeah, take away everything and take the woman to yourself.
And to themselves.
And then at the psalm they said, dash the children them against the wall, man.
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing.
And you talk about that psalm too. You know, say, me read one place one time about Psalm 104. I come from the same Akhenaten. That's her name. Nefertiti husband.
The man where transformed Egypt into the monotheism.
The Pharaoh, yeah, Mother Pharaoh. He did have one prayer, and I hit them the muse and put as a psalm. Them just reword some of it and change up a little, but at the son him did that pray too.
Then the way to the 10 Commandments is no Egyptian philosophy, man.
Well, yeah, some of them.
Yeah. Not some of them.
No, I mean, then take some of them and put it as 10.
Yeah, 40.
You will take 10.
Yeah. We don't know that from them time, but people don't want to accept that. People don't want to accept most of Christian thinking come from Egypt, so-called paganism.
One time. Like me that talk to on a program to them, I tell him, you say, if Jesus was alive today, them that talk about the Beatitudes, you know, they blessed are the poor and the spirit and them something there.
Blessed are, foundation.
If he was alive today, they would charge him for plagiarism.
Because that come from somewhere else.
From the Sumerians, over 5,000 years ago. I don't remember if it's 5,000 years before he was born or 5,000 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, see, but then them said Jesus was an Essene, and the Essene them used to teach them something that the blessed business them.
Yes.
Yeah, see. But me I wonder if people don't look on, because from long time in the doubt, the whole heap of something, you know. Like in the Bible, when they give me two different creation stories. Me say, he create the plant before the sun, and the sun in charge of everything.
And when me talk to a man up at the theological call, one day we have a conversation with some theologians, you know, and me say, how is that possible? You know, film answer is, but Muta, them plant no can't do without sun for one day, man.
A joke him a make.
No, the big theologian, you know, response, intelligent response, you know, is that the plant can't do without sun for more than one day. After the thing I come along in chronological order, you know, the last thing that was created was man. And it shows you chronologically how the thing go. In film response is that the Muta, you know, the plant can't do without sun for one day.
But hold on, Muta. That may always ask a Christian, you look for it in a Genesis 1. Because Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 are two different creation stories. You know?
Because two different people are writing.
Yeah, because the first one of Genesis 1 was written, them said 200 to 300 years after the other one. The only reason them write the first one, you know, is to bring in the part about in rest on the 7th day, and you must take the 7th day and rest and go to church and go give money to the church. That's what that was for. Yes. You know? But in Genesis 1, man are the last thing in create.
Yes.
In Genesis 2, man are the first thing in create, then in create animals.
Yeah.
But in the first part, in create the animal, and everything else, and then go create man.
Yeah.
So, which story true?
Well, the two of them true, because it's two different ideas and concepts where project itself in a one book. You know, I mean, the thing is not even true, you know. The thing is how a man perceive it at the time when he might write it. And how we look on it now, after 4,000 years, instead of we don't look on it as a literature, we are looking at it as a historical reference point. And that is the problem now. When we start looking at it as a historical reference point, then is where the problem come in. Because if a man could not just believe when I believe through faith, I wouldn't have no problem with it, you know. But when them start to show me historically now, so when him believe is a historical thing, then me have to start questioning it. Because some people hear me talk and I question it and I question them feet, so me I question man religion. Me not question the religion itself, you know. When me I question is the what people say question them feet, so me I question man religion. Me not question the religion itself, you know. When me I question is the what people say about this thing in terms of outside of him faith, because you cannot question faith. If a man using faith for historical reference, then it is up to me now who don't believe it, question it, and you must show me evidence that this thing is historically true.
Yeah, all them inconsistencies, you have to clear them up.
Yes, of course. So if a man tell me, say, God created the earth, heaven and earth in 6 days. And upon its 7 day rest. And me count and me say 24 hours make 1 day. And the Bible said the evening and the morning was the first day. Then you would have to go explain to me now of all these things when me see on earth here. Will come long before Bible write. Long before this and this and that. Explain to me how is that possible. Don't tell me about no. You can't question God and you can't question that. It is written and you accept it literally. If you accept it literally, you have to explain to me how you come to this literalization of something that is a faith-based thing.
I question them interpretation of it.
Yes, it's the interpretation.
You understand?
Question.
Just like you say, and it rests on the 7th day. And everybody say, you're not supposed to work on the 7th day because God never worked. But in the Bible, I see where he worked on the 7th day because he saying finish his work on the 7th day.
But wait about not long. What wait there? Here now. You have a next man with them call Jesus Christ coming up. And him say, was man made for the Sabbath or was the Sabbath made for man? That means
okay.
He must go against that now, you know. Even though I tell you say, not one law, not one iota of the law is changed, you know, when him coming up. But he must show you say, look here, what man see him having 100 sheep and one of them run away. And him don't go look for that, left the 99 and go look for the other one. Even on a Saturday.
And David, and him show them to say David, when go feed female and them through the cornfield.
Yes. So it not change, you might change it up, let's not yeah, you might use a different perception to come deal with it. So
inconsistency and contradiction again.
Yes. So it does that. It does that. Anyway, give
truth. All right.
Yeah, click it. This is the cutting edge, you know, say, all right, I can take that call. Yes.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah, blessed.
What go on, man?
Cutting edge.
Muta.
Yes.
You them know them God, you know, that I think, you know, that I cause trouble.
Who are the youth them God now?
The Black King or David that talk about.
Okay.
And Queen, you know, you David tell us the earth is the Lord and the fullness.
I never hear David tell me nothing, you know. I not hear David tell me nothing at all.
Yeah, man.
David
said the earth is the Lord and the fullness, you know. Everything I come from the earth, no Muta.
Wait, David tell you that?
Yeah, man.
Where David there to tell you that?
Spirit.
Oh, is that David is that spirit now? All right, sir.
Yeah, because David gone, you know, so you don't know. He might write it and it go there.
You sure it's that David write it?
Yeah, man, then who could I tell you that again?
Wait, no, man, then, oh, you mean, Lucian and Bob Marley tell you enough things, man, may I ask if you're sure it's that David tell you that?
Yeah, man, for sure it's that David tell me that, man.
Oh, you know David tell you that? Oh, you know it's that David write that? Oh, you know?
Because I have to stay connected, you know.
No. Oh, you know that is David. The thing where you just quote a while ago. Oh, you know says David write it.
Oh, me know because I stay connected with the powers, you know.
Which powers?
The powers of the Holy Trinity, man. We guide everyone, man. The Supreme Being.
All right, so you win.
No, I don't win, Muta. Then you don't know too.
No, you can't tell what me know. I mean, must tell me know it or not. You can't tell what me know. Me no, tell me.
But you see that the great things that come from the earth, though.
No, me love the earth. Oh, I mean, them man not come from the earth, man.
Everyone come from the earth.
Yeah, but when me I say no, me don't know about David that tell me that.
Yeah, man, the Black King say that, man. That's why Captain say you them be seek knowledge.
Yeah, so David tell you that, and you know that it's true, you have a connection with the powers.
Oh, you mean you have to divine a Muta?
So let me ask you a question. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell in it. For he had found it upon the seas and established it upon the flood. Who shall ascend into the hills of the Lord? I stand in his holy place. He that had clean hands and a pure heart. One that shall soul unto vanity, not sowing the seed fully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord. But let me ask you a question now. In the Bible that there, Psalm 24.
Then some Muta.
No, that's not Muta. Me ask you a question. No, in the Bible, Psalm 24 say that.
Yeah, man.
All right. Oh, you know, say David write it.
Because the outer men, you know, they must show you a signs the outer men make one, but the outer one men, isn't it?
NHT buy out outer men a long time, man. NHT buy out outer men. Oh, you know, say David write it. Oh, you know, say David write it.
Oh, you know, say I know David write it.
No, you can't ask me a negative.
No, man, because you make things be a negative.
But me ask you a question and you ask me back a question in the negative, Rasta. Me ask you, you know say David write. Me never tell you say David write it. You hear me tell you David write it?
So when you go to school hold on.
Did I say not David write it?
Yeah, so what we're talking about?
No, did I say not David write it?
No, but so we don't need to go back there. So then we need to put the youth on the solid foundation and say, yo, the earth is the Lord and the fullness and the Black King.
You know says David write it.
Because we stay connected with the powers of the Most High.
So anything we're connected with the power of the Most High now tell you say David write it.
Yeah, for me, them words.
So in the Bible you read it. All right. In computer gone, I'm cellular phone lock off. The earth is the Lord's and the... You know, so me and Luciano sing over about that something there. I should have played for him, you know. Psalms 24 with that Papa Son at the front part. Right? You ever hear that tune there yet? Mm-hmm. You never hear that tune there with me and Luciano? Psalms 24, the earth is the Lord and the fullness of the world and they that dwell in it. It's a beautiful poem.
Say it now.
Them I just say to him a while ago, you know, you just have repeated to the brethren a while ago, but when I say, him say David write it, me I ask him how him know say David write it, him not answer me. Anyway, click it. Which forward? All right. You know, we want to play this thing for the people that we know at 19 minutes past 12. Is that call? All right. Yes.
Greetings, Zaya.
Yeah, blessed.
Hail to the powers of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Yeah.
Yes, blessed.
And give thanks and praise to Cutting Edge, you know?
Yeah, man.
Because me up and me I listen to the tape and me I listen to the conversation from before, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to play the Kwanzaa one now. Because we don't understand now. We want to go to the Kwanzaa part, right?
Oh, okay, you know, so the Kwanzaa one sound like a my one that.
Yeah, but where you call for, by the way? Tell me where you call for, though. Don't make me distract you.
Yeah, me just call for give some reasoning on the Christian thing and as you did say before, the God thing and thing, you know?
Mm.
So, everybody have a view.
Yes.
Because right now, I see enough Rasta man who did strong and get cold up. It seem like them a walk past church door when them have crusade and them hear the pastor preach, so them kind of get cold-footed, you know?
Yeah.
Them not strong like one time. Them a get cold fit. Them a look for a man same way, you know. They might not say Jesus. Them a look for, you know.
Them a look for a man to come for them.
But them looking for a return person for contact about. Yeah.
Them know your virgin I tell on a radio program I tell one person say, Jesus Christ, this is a man who I tell you about Haile Selassie now, you know. After I'm done tell you about Haile Selassie now, hear him now, no. Well, you know that we are all waiting on the return of Jesus Christ.
Aye.
And Haile Selassie matter about, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, so the confusion, they don't know where Rasta, they tell you about, said Jesus, Haile Selassie had Jesus Christ, and now him still wait for Jesus Christ to come. Confusion.
So you see, I just cold feet them and get cold feet, you know.
Confusion, man.
Because the Christian man, you know, you reason with any pastor, you know, they don't have a foundation, you know.
Yeah.
It's just what them been taught from birth, you know, and them just not thinking, you know, them just go on with it.
Laga, we call it. Laga with it. Yeah,
but
man.
any moment, me can tell any one of them, at any given time, a night or a day, you relax somewhere and start to think on the things where you believe from youth up.
Yes.
Just start to think about it.
Yes.
You see, so you start to adjust your life.
Of course, definitely.
Because every time them preach, you know, them always try to say, the Lord will do this, and the Lord is going to do this. But they have never said the Lord do it, you know.
Yes.
It has never done, but the Lord is going to.
Yes.
Me listen to the preachers them on Saturday and come on a station from 9 right to 4 o'clock. Yes, man.
Oh, you mean the love station, the channel, the religious station, them?
And a religious station, you know. A Ras Manga come 4 o'clock.
Oh, you mean it have a religious program from 9 to 4 o'clock that day?
From 9 right to 4 when Ras Manga come on, a Ras Manga can change it. From 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 and Saturday morning.
Yeah. All right.
And it's a different preacher, you know, every hour, you know, 1 hour each.
Well, you saturate you with Jesus, man.
Me, I tell you. And them always left for 30 minutes to make your call in, and if you want prayer and thing. And enough people calling with them financial problem, them calling with them sickness, trouble what them have got through, and then can give encouragement for everything, you know.
Yes.
And enough person when they calling on financial status, you know, the people I say, boy, just trust the Lord, man. I see that you're going to get a breakthrough. Just trust the Lord.
Yeah, get some Buckler Highland and sprinkle it round and you'll get
some of them even ask the person if they're a Christian, you know. And sometimes the person says no. Then the moderator look and I say, then see, you need to become a Christian because you're not a Christian. Why this thing happening to you?
Hallelujah, man.
All right. Listen to the irony of the situation now. You see, in closing of their program, they're giving out a number, an account number, where you must go and lodge a money for their program to go on.
The weirdest thing, none of them never give Jesus Christ account number yet, you know, if you go to the bank. You know, say, one time I go in our bank, you know, one time I go in our bank, you know, and I say, tell me something, I want to lodge some money in Jesus' name. Them laugh. Me say, then every day me hear the person say, you lodge money in Jesus, put your money in Jesus' name. Jesus, if you have an account, give me Jesus Christ account, I'm going to put some money in my account. I don't know.
He should have an account because these people take it very serious.
Him do have no account, neither in a NCB, nor Citizens Bank, no account there. Lie them and tell. Them take the money and send them people to Miami, go to school.
Sunday morning, you know, I was in the country in a rain there, down a St. Anne's. They are one of my mother-in-law place. She's a pastor, so she called.
How much mother-in-law you have? 2 or 2 you have?
Yes.
2 you have. I don't know. It sounds like a tough you have, though, when you say one of your mother-in-law, you know.
More time, we just rate them certain way, you know. So, I was there from the night before. So, it happened that in the Sunday morning, you know, she called everybody because she said she have devotion at morning time. I have no problem, I joined the devotion.
What do you mean?
So, after she sing a song, no one get to the Bible. She get to the Bible and read Revelation chapter 5.
Yes.
Now, when she read Revelation chapter 5, as country Rastaman, you know, we have a little history of the Revelation chapter 5.
Yeah, Lion of Judah.
All right, so me smiling at myself and me I say, yeah man, right scripture this. Come here, plan to discuss it after, you know.
Yes.
All right, so we read alternatively and me see things and do what them are doing and what them stuff do, you know. And because me try to learn everything and you what them say and get for them views, you know. So after everything finished, then we start reason about what we just read and, you know. Because first thing I say, understand what thou readest, sister, just as the man did tell the eunuch.
You're gone back in 3,000 years, man. Now you start turn 3,000 and understand what those readers.
Yeah, because something you have to reason with them in a dear language, you know.
Oh, you mean enough of them language you have to reason? You can't.
Yes, because I tell enough of them sometimes I don't need the Bible, you know. The only reason why I read it, you know, is because when me and you attack a road or anybody, me don't want to look like a fool, like me don't know what me I say, because I can't draw a reference to it. But I don't need it. Then, and many things in there, me just spit the nonsense out of the sense.
Yes.
But me not really you need it to survive.
Then I have the Bible, man.
Nah, me have the Bible. I tell many people say the philosophy and opinion of Marcus Garvey work to me more than this Bible.
Right now.
Right now. So after me and the lady did a reason, and she tell me about the Lion of Judah. Oh, Jesus is the Lion of Judah, the Son of God, come to redeem all mankind, and she glad so she saved. I say, hold on there, sister. Look on verse 5 again. I say, who is the Lion of Judah? I say, come on, man, get a hold of yourself. A Rasta, you talk to, you know, when you mention the Lion of Judah, you should have look up on me to know what me I go say ask me. Because you know, so me deal with the Lion of Judah. Yeah. I say, sister, with all due respect on a Sunday morning, I'm really going to go to church. Me no really want to contradict you too much. Because I don't want you to go to church and you feel that way, you feel cool up because of what me just said.
Yeah.
But you have to hear it still. Me say the Lion of Judah is the imperial majesty, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, and the conquering Lion of tribe of Judah. And she say, but after a time she interested in my reasoning. Yeah, because me start drawing some more references and sure.
Okay.
And sure, even the time when the man born and prophecies lead up to the man. So me say, who fulfill Isaiah chapter 9? The government shall rest upon his shoulder, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. She said that is Jesus. And I said, no. Which kingdom did Jesus run? Jesus never rule a kingdom. Jesus in a year Bible, from age 1 unto 12, and him disappear. And him came back at 30. And them saying get him blessing at 30 and gone doing work, and him dead 33. So where is his throne? Where is his government? Me say it has to be His Majesty that fulfill this, because look at the government of His Majesty. It is growing now than ever before. Can me tell people say, Bustamante says him not get rid of Rasta out of Jamaica, God must blind him.
Alright, you know, so we get a long time though. Believe you me, we get a long time.
Yeah, it's a very long time too.
Click it. Yeah, 12:30, you know. Yeah. Me say this all the while, I'm going to say it again, you know. We see some person on TV all over the world, they push down people. Them come to them with them sickness, and them push them to them Friday, and then drop on the ground, and say they heal them, you know. But here one now, you see if me go to church, any day, me go to church, and see a 1 foot man coming at the church, and pass to touch him and make him foot grow back. Me is a converted Christian immediately. Me don't have to get baptized, you know. Me don't have to get baptized. Any day, me see a person make a 1 foot man foot grow back, or a 1 hand man hand grow back. I mean, I ever grow a 1 hand neither. If me ever see him finger grow back. If me no start to Jesus Christ, to that hope a lightly lick me 100 times over. Me I tell you, because me know say them preacher there are some wicked thief and liar. No care where man want to say, them lie and thief. Them and the politician are the same category, you know, but them worse than the politician them. Because them have promised you something after you're dead. When you don't have no recovery if recover. Anytime me see a man make a 1 foot man foot grow back in the name of Jesus Christ, you know say Muta Baruch done with the Rasta vibes. Brian hear me say that. And God go talk about Jesus. Me done all the cutting edge to it. All the cutting edge, me tell the body, say, look, you know, me change, you know. And Jesus Christ, me I work with you right now. So, me no know. Me is the doubt. Me worse than Thomas, you know. Me worse than Thomas. And you know, I hope people never read the book of Thomas said. You know, so if you read the book of Thomas, you get a total different perspective. I hope people don't know, so you have a book named the Book of Thomas, you know, like how you have Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and you have Peter, the epistles of Peter, which is a letter, or the epistle of this, that. You have a book named the Book of Thomas. And if you read the Book of Thomas, you have a total different perspective. That's why them couldn't afford to make certain book go in that the book named King James Bible, you know. Me hear a daughter there, them have me name for one whole program. Well, we say King James was a homosexual. She said King James was, as a matter of fact, she said King James wasn't a white man. I don't know where them people they come from with them madness there, you know. Said there's no documentation. King James was worse than a homosexual. Worse in history. That is documented. And if she want to document, we can bring the documentation and come show her too. King James, the man who commissioned the King James Version of the Bible, authorized the King James Version of the Bible, the version of the Bible. He was a freak in the most horrible way. And then people, they never take these things like, oh, we take it. You see, oh, we are going about homosexuality, and then people, they never even see that way, because the reason why you have bobbies and bicycle 2x2 and police used to walk together by twos is to keep one another company. In Europe, homosexuality wasn't something out of hand. Just like how them did have the prostitutes, where you used to train girls, courtesans in Europe. And these people get trained from a young age to mingle with aristocrats, lords and ladies and all these people. Them get highly paid and recognized. When we look at something, it's like how we put bread in a paper bag. You go to France and paper bag is like a alien thing to bread in a France. And it used to go on in England. We go to put bread in a paper bag. You think you can sell? You think you can go in a shop and sell a Jamaican in a Jamaica bread when not in a paper bag? You know how much country me go and see bread outside a paper bag? Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing how we look on bread outside a paper bag and make a big fuss outside. Them not see it as no big thing. How we are going about homosexuality, them people don't see it as no big thing in our history, in the medieval times, in Europe and all them people. They don't see that no big thing. The man that uses bestiality in Germany. You see the man lobby for bestiality become legal in Germany. Because you have some places where it don't offer the book as an illegal thing. You have man who raise them animal, for deal with them animal. I mean, I'm telling you, no joke business, you know. In Germany, you have man who have farm, horses and sheep and all them thing there. And him not cook them thing there, him not sell them thing, they go and market, you know, him sleep with them. So when we say King James, because I think King James authorized the translation of the Bible, you think he was a deviant. He's one of the most cruel and wickedest king ever sit down in England. A Scottish man, I think. And we come now and I come go on like. Yeah, man, I run up in mouth, I run up my name. like him want to turn my name in our program. When me say me leak, me not a righteous business. Who is a righteous person? I don't know who righteous, you know. There's a thin line. There's a thin line. Righteousness not in my vocabulary. Sometimes I make the mistake of saying it, but righteousness is not in my vocabulary. I don't know how a man interpret when I say that. But it's film problem if him can't see. Far eye. You think I gonna make any historical 4,000-year book run my life in this time, yeah? When I know, say, a whole heap of the things with the man them right, we still do understand it or grasp what him did that say. From them time there until now. It's a sick mind. Sick mind. Come cause aspersion about this and about that and about that. You interpret. You have the right interpretation. Me and Tony Rebel and Yato Tafari sit down nearly all a day at discuss Psalms 87 to a bata where them call them in Ethiopia. We are reason about Psalms 87 for almost the whole day. Because film interpretation of it and how we interpret it in the West, so it's a total different interpretation. And all we know, if it's a Rasta, you know, Psalm 87, his foundation is in the holy mountain, the Lord loveth the gates of Zion, more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of the whole city of God. I make mention of Ria, and etc., etc., etc. A whole heap of we know that. And we know how we interpret it when we read it. You actually have people, though, it's like where we are saying, oh, you got where you get that from? I don't saw him know it. It's like the Virgin talk a while ago when him said the Lion of Judah, Revelation 5, and you relate it to it and say, yeah, people that say, what kind of crazy interpretation that? Where you get that from? So interpretation is interpretation, Pansapa interpretation, and confuse the whole nation. It confused the whole nation. Because right now, do your information spread, no, it's like Rasta can't say Haile Selassie without Bible. Him can't recognize or understand the concept of Rastafari from that ancient sea of Ethiopia, Egypt. How him can come to that conclusion without the Bible? I'm so steep in a Solomon and Sheba and all them crazy story, legends where people get, that him can't really recognize how is it that you could have come say Haile Selassie without reading the Bible. And yet still me know a man where can't read. And when him tell you about Haile Selassie, him do have one quote. Him not have no Psalm 87, him not have no Revelation 5, to tell you nothing about them thing there. But him come to this understanding of Haile Selassie through the ether and the water and the sunball and the sky and nature. And now him look upon Haile Selassie as I. So we're going to Kwanzaa now. Turn up that thing and make we go to the is that call that? Make we work with the call then. Harry.
Oh, blessed love, Muta.
Ah, blessed, that was zero, you know, man.
Yes, my beloved. Listen, non-apologetically, all pastors, Christians, and Rastas must know this. You know the book, Demonology, written by King James.
Oh, yeah, that next book. That's the next book.
And remember now, he was a demon worshipper.
All right, wait, the whole article up in Brazil, because the way I said this, you know, a whole heap of people is not privy to this knowledge at all, you know. We are talking about a book named Demonology that was sanctioned, written by King James.
By King James.
The same man who authorized the Bible.
The Bible.
Okay.
So, just to put that out there, we speak boldly.
Really? Oh, them can't find a book there. Tell them how
you can go online right now because there's a new edition out right now. In
go online and find.
We have the first
original one. Yes.
In hardcover.
All right. Where them look for? Demonology by King James.
Yeah, Demonology by King James.
Demonology by King James. My little youth,
yes, and every pastor can get that. so they can put things in perspective.
All right. You see, if me go talk about it, brethren, it's our comedy. I prefer you talk about it. Tell me. Tell the people.
One perfect love.
No, we don't hold on, man. Where you go?
Oh, okay.
What did man around go, Rasta? I mean, you know why if I call you, man. Hold on, man. I tell you something now. If me talk about it, it will come out here. I want you talk about the book. You talk about
the first thing within the book is that before King James authorized what is called the Bible as we know it, he practiced demonology. And it was a very prevalent energy in England back in those days. So the fact that King James mingled with the spirit of demons and also been a part of an organization in England where some of the highest hierarchy worship the devil.
Yes.
And the book expresses everything. It's one of the, it's most remarkable. It's undeniable. And it's not, you know, where you could say, well, this is just heresy.
Yes.
This is factual.
Of course.
So
I am quite aware of that book.
We just put it out there.
Yes.
Christians need to do this research, and Rasta also.
Written by King James and published in 1597, the original edition of Demonology is widely regarded as one of the most interesting and controversial religious writings in history. Yet, because it is written in the language of its day, it has been notoriously difficult to understand. Now, occult scholar Donald Tyson has modernized and annotated the original text, making this historically important work accessible to contemporary readers. Also, deciphered here for the first time, and it continues. So, I want the people them go look for that book by King James, Demonology. Demonology, the same man who authorized the translation of the King James, of the Bible, the scriptures, as what people want to say. Yes. When you see information, you see the people with the most information, it's them going to rule the world. The people who have the most information, it's them going to rule the world. Because it's information that carry you and decipher mysteries. Because the only reason why something is a mystery is because you don't understand the workings of it. And when you don't understand mystery, you give it, because you can't decipher it, you give it over to superstition. And most of we get caught in superstition. So when we talk about Bible, most man getting a superstition, whether it's Rasta, Christian, or whatsoever, him getting at this superstitious nature, even with Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie do have nothing to do with superstition or supernatural whatsoever you want to put it in. You have to leave that to Jesus Christ. And you see, anytime a man start associate Jesus Christ with Haile Selassie, because him is so embedded in a Jesus Christ, push come to shove, him going to have to leave Haile Selassie and stick with Jesus Christ. Because that is where him get the most comfort from. Not Haile Selassie, but Jesus Christ. And even though him claim say Haile Selassie and Jesus Christ is the same, when you get right down to the concept of where I deal with, it's Jesus Christ. It's not Haile Selassie. So most man when him talk, him foundation of Haile Selassie is based upon for that this man is the same Jesus Christ in his king, the character. Yet still, when him can't find, when him thinking gets suspended in ear, based upon for him thinking about Haile Selassie and Jesus Christ, him going to have to realize about Jesus Christ is where him have to hold on pan, not Haile Selassie. It's Jesus Christ him have to hold on pan. And the only reason why him can't come outside is because him keep associating Haile Selassie with Jesus Christ. And everything we're saying in the Bible, him referred to Haile Selassie. And Haile Selassie become now like Jesus until the point of reference where him say, but Jesus Christ have to come save the world. So you might look for Jesus Christ to come save the world. No, Jesus Christ not save no world. No, Jesus Christ not come save nothing. So when we look on the concept that is embedded in our consciousness, everything we say and do is based upon some biblical quotation. And Rasta get caught in that biblical quotation. And it's not that him can't read the Bible and see things in the Bible. Okay? I would be arrogant and stupid if I say that there's nothing good in the Bible. I couldn't say that. I would be really, it would be defeating the whole purpose of my understanding of self. If I go say, no, boy, right now, man, not for read the Bible. And, you know, I say that faith is something that everyone need. You need faith. If a human being is not living, if a human being is living, him have to have something of faith. Because faith is what give you hope. Faith give you hope. And every man needs something to hope for. But whenever you start to use your faith as a historical reference point, then it's where you're going to get in problems. Because faith cannot be defined through history. Now, history is not faith-based. History is evidence. History is not faith-based. And we cannot use our faith continuously over and over to define a people's historical space. And people keep, when you start to tell them, say, well, you don't really believe in that one in the Bible, I'm going to refer you now to the speech where Haile Selassie make about the Bible. One does not hold on to things blindly because the deity says that he is recognizing this and man must recognize it also. But we have our brains. We have our brains to recognize what is and what is not. No matter who say it. No matter who say it. And everything can be questioned. So if a man tell me, say, you want to see in 6, a man didn't have a wheel of a belly, in the belly of a wheel for 3 days or 3 nights, I'm going to tell him, say, how is that possible? How is that possible that him in the wheel, the belly of the wheel, and man, I say, well, right, it's true faith. Yeah, it's true faith. But guess what now? True faith, anything is possible. Anything. I can believe I can fly. I can fly. That is what I believe. That is faith. But guess what now? Faith must not lead you blindly to believing that you don't have a brains. And that is why we separate from the animals, because we have a brain where it makes us perceive things differently from the four-footed animals. So we create things named good, and we create things when named bad. We create things when named evil. We create things when named righteousness. We create things when named jealousy. We create things when named anger. We create things when named love, kindness, envy, ego. All of them things that we create. A man create them. There is no supernatural being that is creating these things for us. So our salvation as human beings lie in how we treat each other as human beings and our relationship with nature and with life. Because when you get right down to it, Life is what it is all about. And it's not only to just have life. It's how you live the life. It's really weird for a man to say, boy, as long as me have life, me alright. That's rubbish. Because you have people who have life who should not live. It's not as long as you have life, it's how you live in the life. You need to have a perspective of life that go beyond the imagination, but in the realms of reality. How we see each other, how we say things, how we view our life 3 days time, 4 days time, or sometimes people say 5 years time too. But we have to recognize each other. That's why Rasta say I and I, you know. There's no plural in Rasta language. Because everything is singular. I and I. Not you and me. Or me and you. No second person. It's one person. I. So when you say I, is I said we here. When you say I, little last year, is I said we here. I not go beyond I. And I not look for no one to come save I. I done save already. I not have to dip in the water to save. I done save already and no guy can't come make me go in at some building to come promise I no pie in the sky. With too much sugar in it, to more than like this grand lady sugar and put in at the pie. But will give me diabetes. Like Santa Claus. That damn pedophile. It's sweet when we say that, don't it? That blasted pedophile. If you ever kiss, hey, you ever said Santa Claus, don't come down to get to you know. Carly Davis have a shoot about Santa Claus. I'm going to play the tune tomorrow, you know, because I tell the people them how to get to you know. If you don't see Santa come down there, you know, you don't know what to do with him. Because I'm coming full of children with a big crocus bag over my back like him a Rasta. And I don't know Rasta either. So I tell you, if you don't see Santa Claus around the year, you know, watch him with the children. Don't trust him. Because 11 months of the year, I'm sitting up in the North Pole there with some little short man. And then now him come full of children them. Okay, here we go now. Here we go.
Kwanzaa was started by a professor from the University of San Francisco by the name of Dr. Maulana Karinga. He started it in 1965 and the first national observance took place in 1966. It is Kenyan in philosophy. The word Kwanzaa means first fruits and it's spelled with only one A. The extra A was added to delineate African Americans in America. And we observe it every year, as he said earlier, from the 26th to the 1st of January. Over 30 million people observe this every year, will take part in it come January 26th. And normally what we do before we get it going is it's a friend of Miles. We do what's known as sustenance libation, where we summon the ancestors from the past, because this is very African in tradition. So we ask and we pour. Yes.
Now, normally what we do is that we ask permission from the oldest person in the room to begin. So I think Brother Sage is the oldest person in the room, but because he's doing it, I'm going to go to the next oldest, and that would be me. So the third oldest, so how many is there anyone in the room who's in their 50s? Is there anyone in the room who's in their 40s? Okay, Dr. Tetzloff, Dr. Monica Tetzloff, who teaches history here. Monica, may we begin? That's very African, by the way, showing respect to the elders.
And in so doing and summoning the elders, we pour libation to the east, to the north, to the south, to the west, and it's done. So what will happen is ancestors have been awakened, and they'll come and join us and listen to the scholarship we wish to present. Let me turn it back to my wife.
And so the reason we call it Kwanzaa with 2 A's is because African, I hope you college students know, are diaspored all over the country, dispersed. There isn't anywhere, including Poland, that you can go, and if you stay long enough, you will find a black person. And even Poland has the Black Madonna, who's hanging on my wall. You'd like to see it sometime. So anyway, Kwanzaa in the 1960s, in all the urban areas of the United States, black people and people in the cities, you could say rioted, or you could call it civil disobedience. And I think it's very telling for today because we have people, the Wall Street sit-ins, people once again who are rebelling against the structure that says that these people are better than these people and you get to have more money and etc. So that's what happened in urban areas all over the country. People like Dr. Mailana Karinga thought one of the things that is happening is that African Americans, because of slavery, and by the way, slavery was all over the world. Africans were taken from the continent and dispersed all over the world. There was slavery all over the world. And so he said, what we don't have in this country is a set of principles by which to live by. And so he came up with Kwanzaa, which is taken from the Swahili, which means first fruits. And so this is a traditional Kwanzaa table. And Kwanzaa, by the way, are celebrated in our homes. And so we used to have a group of friends, and every evening we celebrated a different principle or a different day of Kwanzaa. So the everything that's significant is placed on a mat, and you'll see a mat right here. The other thing is that you'll always see the red, the black, and the green. The black being the African people, the green being the earth or the land from which we were taken, and the red, the blood that was shed for black liberation. So that's why the colors. For Kwanzaa, it's very much about our children. And I'm really glad that we have children here because what we give our children are gifts. The gifts are called zawadi, gifts of knowledge, books. So that's why you see books here, pencils. And in modern days, we would give them videos, algebra videos, or science videos, or anything that will encourage learning, okay? And so every day we light a candle. The other thing is that every family, you will see fruit. And it's however many children are in that family. So between the two of us, we have 5 children. So we would have 5 pieces of fruit or corn. Dr. Tetzloff would have 1 piece of fruit. For now, who knows? There may be more. They may multiply. And so the fruits, it's always about the children and it's always about learning.
Yes. You just cut off for me. How that goes, sir? Okay, well, I have to hit this, sir. This is the Cutting Edge and I reframe. We're moving from Christmas to Kwanzaa. You know, so Kwanzaa started the 26th of December. And, you know, Christmas started the 25th of December. While we recognize that most people know about Christmas because it's embedded in our house, and a lot of people don't know about Kwanzaa. We know you have people that say, yeah, but Kwanzaa is an American thing, but Christmas is a European thing. I hear when people say they're foolish, you know, it's like when Damien Crawford say Black History Month is an American thing. So, what? Christmas is what? Christmas is a Halloween or American thing. Black Friday. Imagine Jamaica not celebrate Black Friday. An American thing that. So how nobody not come down and say, Ray, look how we are celebrating American thing. But some black people start something in America to uplift and advance the welfare of black people. And then you have black people that say is an American thing. And an American thing is a black people thing. Christmas is a white people thing. And black people celebrate it more than white people. Why you know that too? Black people celebrate Christmas like, wow. You know how much money I got spend now amongst the black community. You know how much Jamaican people Where them never have no money the whole time, now go find money for do things where them never did really want to do. But through a Christmas, them do it. It's a wicked thing. So we tell them about Kwanzaa now, them tell you, say, no, Kwanzaa black people things. Because we love celebrate white people things. All the while we celebrate that. Most of the holidays them we have in a Jamaica, on the calendar, white people give it them. White people give it the holiday them. The months of the year named by Greek or Roman. The days of the week named by Greek or Roman. Our whole perception and perspective, the God we will worship, the devil we will worship, or the devil we our whole perception and perspective, the God we will worship, the devil we will worship, or the devil we will condemn, all of them was given to us by Europeans. Our concept of the devil come from Europe. Our concept of God come from Europe. The idea of Jesus come from Europe. And if you start to go right to the source of it, right to the root of it in Egypt, you hear people say, boy, that's not a real thing. Yet still all of them concepts there derive from us as African people where we lose it. And when somebody try to make you regain it, it's like, well, it's a madman that. It should show you that. It's pure mad people try to put you back into line, you know. Yes, pure mad people try to put you back in line. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, man, greetings, Muta.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, Rastafari.
Yeah, blessed man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we call the idea for share everything with the Christmas, but we could cut off for the Kwanzaa part.
Yeah, the Kwanzaa get cut off a while ago.
Yeah, man. So, my share it with there again, you know, with the Christmas. Well, I say, Christmas I come with fun maximum. Christmas I come with the spirit of rum. Christmas I come, your daughters and son have enough fun but mind the money done. Because this is Christmas when Christians, their life. Both Santa Claus, the reindeer, and the sleigh in the sky. And never Christ's birthday. Mash down that line. And find out who born the 23rd of July. The King of Kings who rule and high. The Lord of Lords, the Barbers and I. They can't follow you. So don't bother try. Them learning the truth from the Rastafari. The Christmas I come with fun maximum. Christmas I come with wine and rum. Christmas I come with your daughters and sons. Have enough fun but mind your money done because Christmas come only one time a year. And the only time some people share and care. Still I love the vibes in the atmosphere. The feeling of joy and good cheer. The smile and laughter each and everywhere, but still the suffering just won't disappear. The poverty, the crime, and the despair. Something wrong, but you have to repair because Christmas a come. The fun maximum. Christmas a come with the spirit of rum. Christmas a come with your daughters and son. Have enough fun but mind your money done. Well, after Christmas gone, it's time to Kwanzaa. African festival in Buza Saba. We start the 26th day of December. Day 1 for unity, that is your moja. Day 2 was your determination, that's Kuji Goliath. Day 3, collective work and responsibility, that is the Jima. Day 4, that's cooperative economics, that's your Jama. 5 and 6, purpose and creativity, that's Nia and Kumba. And New Year's Day is Imani. Number 7, that you have in our future. Christmas a come. It's fun maximum.
Yeah, man.
Christmas a come. Yeah, man.
Give thanks, Virgin. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, man. Cut in.
Yeah, man. Right, man.
Yeah, man. Alabama. But you know you pay them something. You know me I go call, no? Yeah, man.
When I'm a plate or not, you call. Where you go like that to be plate, make you call. You call when I'm a plate or not.
But I want to show you, me tell you how social media work on the WhatsApp. We have 5 brethren right now, I text me while that off. I even every other way, I wait to cutting it. It's like a whole community, a man tuning in. You know?
You're there Alabama.
Yeah.
I bridge in the Trinidad one, the Bahamas, Duke, BAYSEE, Romain. And that as it. But you are going now. There's something to say about cutting edge and nothing to do with cutting edge. But you see, once me talk about the youth the other day in YouTube channel, you want to know, say, somebody go up on me and like go click off all the video them.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm black. You can't put up no Muta. See that people I say, what them all is the Muta?
So none of the things them YouTube not upon it again?
Oh, it's the funny, but you can't upload nothing more. Romain Green, you can't upload nothing for 6 months. YouTube, but must them ban him or something like that. But as somebody go up and click the video, them as you call it inappropriate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so
you don't have somebody else to put them there. You don't have somebody else to put them there too.
Yeah, but quite a few of them, but it's like him get too old at the program,
him up to date more.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I fight if I you, or him in my fight, I don't know.
No, them a fight to the program for not depend it. I know me or him, them a fight to the program, not for the day.
So, I don't know. So, but with the King James, I just pull up and see the book, man. I tell you, it's amazing.
Oh, demonology.
You know, from last year, maybe
the demonology book, what we just talk about?
Yeah, I see it, I say, wow, like, you know?
I the first year about it. Are the first year about that book there?
Alright, first me about it, sir. First.
Oh, well, if you are the first year about that, means first most people will listen to me about it.
True.
Can you imagine that at the first, I see it? Boy, if my brother never call me, remember to that book that they about to mention it, you know.
About zero. Yeah.
You know, if you never call, I only remember say, if you mention that book there.
Yeah, so even right now, while I go, I show a young lady, I tell her about the documents if it's tune, and she said, I'm madness. So I say, oh, you cannot listen and say I'm madness. But more me realize most time.
What you say I'm madness? What you say I'm madness?
Yeah, it's all about one fan that I'm madness.
You mean the documentary about Christmas?
Yeah. So just, but them, so me I say, oh, you know, say go, so I'm going to them and show you in a history where you take a plane and go there right now.
Wait there, she believes that Jesus Christ born on the 25th of December.
Yeah, more likely.
Okay.
So, it's like me realize people ignore history altogether and just work with belief.
With them believe.
And on the same line, how we are talking about, because I not eat meat right now. Every day people ask me, you know, eat meat where you eat and Lord. I mean, I say, watch it now. We don't eat meat because we realize the health hazard of not eating meat, see? And on the next levels now, of thou shalt not kill. As you know, we don't want to kill, we have love and respect nature, so we don't kill. So, but I'm going to tell him, say, God said, infinity. I mean, I said to him, like, where God sit you down and say, Mr. John Tam, you see that chicken there? You must cut off your head if it's Sunday dinner. Where God come down and tell nobody that. No, so I have to break it down.
You know, where African tell me that Canada, the other day, me there Canada, him say, the chicken want you to eat them. Them feel happy when you're going to eat them. The African, if I want him say, look here, when you're going to kill a chicken, he's very happy that he's going to eat them.
Madness, that's called madness. Because them animals so fearful that are some enzyme release and them poison the meat before it reach to you. Trust me, man. So one part of the things that thou shall not kill it, and the next part I say, yeah, me can't kill. Me understand, me confused.
Then if you go wipe out a whole nation, man, and take with them land, man. A land flowing with milk and honey. You think it's Israelite land? A God tell them to go kill all the people them and take with them land, the Canaanite, land of the Canaanites. I shall give your generation a land flowing with milk and honey. So go and go kill all the people them and take with them land. That's the same thing the Israeli them are doing, you know. Going at the people them land and try to kill them off and take with them land.
I would even understand where it come from. It's all the zoophile thing you talk about, a real thing again, you know.
Do what?
All a woman that train dogs to have sex with her, and I mean, I say,
oh, yeah, man, in Germany, enough of that to go on, enough of that.
Yeah, that them same people that keep bring religion, them make gun, give a gun, because my body's gun them out of Germany there, a weapon, and them give religion, so everything them give with it, them give a gun with it, them give religion. I listen to that, tell a man say, oh, me not fight no war, no. And him see that all as a bad thing, because you have all the year grow up, and the man, so you have to year grow, and to go war or kill man is not a bad thing. So sometimes I feel wonder who are wrong and who are good. So the whole scheme of things.
There's a thin line between good and bad.
Yeah, see.
Anyway, we're gonna move though. We're gonna move.
All right. Daddy, don't drop asleep. Catch up by massive stick. Yes, the Romain.
The man I tell him, Brian said, don't drop asleep, and his father must drop asleep neither. Me to play that song. Greetings, man.
Rasta Black.
Yes, Rasta Black. How you know, man?
I'm fine, thank you. I think Santa Claus...
You have to come up more, though. You have to come up louder.
You think Santa Claus coming to Jamaica this Christmas?
It means a pedophile we don't want him here.
Alright. What did Diagla fire...
You don't say you kind of look like Santa, though. You say without the white beard. You kind of look like Santa without the white beard, you know.
Yeah, I'm the Rasta Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
So, I'm going to kiss under the cali tree.
All right.
Why did Diagla fire Miguel on?
Him can't fire nobody, man. It can't matter about say Miguel never say nothing. Him not represent them. You say him too attended, Bridget. Him a behave like a little youth. You know, him supposed to be more level-headed than that. Really, I never find where I do in place. You know, I feel say, and then I say I fire Miguel because Miguel now say nothing. But really and truly, there's a time, an appropriate time to say something.
Okay, you know, with your
so
YouTube.
What you think about it? What you think?
Well, anytime you want, you know, Miguel is a official PNP YO, you know, and anything where anytime the government...
Hold on. Miguel tell you say my official PNP YO, him tell you that?
He don't have to tell you, you can see it.
No. Oh, you mean, by what way you see it?
But he represent the PNP. He represent the PNP as a PNP YO member in Ethiopia.
Brethren, you see, me can't take politician, you know.
You don't have to.
You know, so me can't take politician, and no, you behave like one of the politicians, no, me can't take.
But you don't. But Muta, why are you defending him when he's the official PNP? Why are you defending him?
Listen to me, I say, hear me, I defend him. Me say,
yeah.
Me can't take politician, and now you behave like a politician when me can't take. What do you mean why me I defend him? Me not defend him.
No, it's not. Me acting as a politician, everyone know I am an official politician.
That's why me I tell you,
everyone
me can't
knows
take politician.
But I'm not acting, you're the one who acting like a politician to defend somebody, and you know the president is a official.
Oh, you hear me say me I defend him?
No, I'm telling you, you are doing
ask
it.
You're not if you hear, when did Miguel tell you, say, him is a member of the PNPYO? I never say, if I ask you that, you know, I never say I defend him. I ask you that. When you hear Miguel Land say, him is a member of the PNPYO.
Yeah, well,
where you hear him say that?
Well, I know for a fact that he represents the People's National Party as a PNPYO in Ethiopia.
Yes.
If you don't know that, you better, you should.
No, I don't want to know that. But
I know, well, I know you wouldn't want to know that, but I am telling you that he is. Anytime the government want to win a case, to send Miguel there. I'm not criticizing him, you know. There's no problem for him.
What you call that? Every time the government wants a case, them send for him?
They send him to go represent the other parties so that they definitely win it.
So how that relate now to Aguilar and him now? How that relate to that?
Well, the government have to win this inquiry. You know. Have to be come out.
So Miguel defend the government in the inquiry and not the people of
him always do that.
So him not defend the people them not at Tivoli then.
Pretending he is.
Okay. All right.
But my brethren Steve Gregg up in Falmouth here, and he asked me to give you a buzz to let you know that your YouTube has been blocked And that's what I mean.
The brethren just tell me a while ago. The brethren just tell me a while ago.
Yeah, and I'm just calling you to confirm, say, another brethren called and asked me to let you know that he's up in Orlando and he can't really call through. That's why.
So them block the continuation and the stepping razor?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's very important. That
I want to tell the people in Westmoreland Central who listening to I who gave me 58 votes. Enough big up, and one day we're going to the big smoke out to smoke out Chick-fil-A and PNP and JLP and everything and make we have a solid Jamaica.
Right,
then we don't need to have no Christmas with Santa Claus. We have our own love. Like Louis can call them the international MS. Right. We'll get rid of them. We'll put a moratorium on debt payment. When in the next 2 years we'll have all members of every constituency represented so that we can have a righteous Jamaica.
All right, so give thanks.
Rasta.
Yes. Okay, so this is the second person tell me now, say, stepping razor, them black stepping razor and cousinage on YouTube. But that the people them doesn't tell me. What do you mean, how them block it? That's not supposed to come out. Yeah, him say, the first brethren from Alabama say, a person used to put it there. Them block him from it. Now means say not there again. You know, it means say just wait there already, so him can't put no more there.
Maybe he put too much things on YouTube.
Nah, man, and then him just tell me now too. Him just tell me say a brethren call him from Orlando and say them black continuation and stepping razor from YouTube.
Me I go try put one on it tomorrow and see what I got.
Yeah, well that's another nice. Put one of them all one on it.
They can't block everybody from me. They can't go block the user, you know. They can't stop nobody from putting nothing on YouTube, so, you know. So like these persons, I put them on, put too much things on YouTube, so that's
okay.
Just like Western Union.
I don't understand, you know. So you have to tell me these things. So yes, you know, him put too much things on YouTube.
Yes. And not necessarily cutting edge too much, but too much things.
Him personally have too much things on it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I will take that until I find out differently. I will take differently. All right. So, all right. You put some on it tomorrow. Put a cutting edge on it tomorrow. Or a stepping razor. And so we are going because you have some people feed our fight, you know. You have some people feed our fight. I don't know. I wonder if I rep in black. I wonder if I realize about it. The people that go on IRFF.net, Rasta. They go on YouTube for going to see Muta. No, we can't afford that. Block it. I tell you, we can't make trouble, you. We can't make trouble bad.